Hello, guys. My name is Michaela Salon. I'm an intern at Bladen County DSS as a Child Protective Service intern. From my time being there since February, I've learned a lot of stuff and I've seen a lot of stuff that I did not think that I was going to see so soon, but I am really thankful for this opportunity, and I am more than thankful to have the team that I am interning with and the people that I am interning with, because I couldn't be more thankful for them. They are very helpful, caring, and they always know that there's room for change. Ever since I started my internship, I realized that social workers is a hard job. I realized it's something that it made me want to do it more. Social workers tend to always have the burnouts at DSS. They tend to have a heavy caseload. They tend to have problems with trying to make sure everybody has a proper court day. Everybody has a proper meeting day. They try to make sure that everything fits with both schedules. And I really like that about the DSS that I am interning at. Some of the stuff that I've learned also is to always remember to allow the person to say how they feel, but you can never say what you really feel. You have to say what you really mean, but in a professional way. So for instance, if somebody comes up to me and be like, I just feel like I am going to harm myself, I can't just be like, okay, what makes you say that right off the bat? Like so mean. I have to be serious, remember to hold my professional identity while doing that, not making face expressions, not having a certain tone of voice, not looking all over the room while they tell me that. I have to look them in their eyes, make sure my face is serious, but not like so serious to the point where it looks like I'm probably about to laugh or something. I have to remain professional. Another thing that connected me to my field practice was my supervisor. My supervisor showed me that it's going to get hard, and when it does get hard, you just have to remain humble and remain strong to know that you can do it. And always remember, as a social worker, we must have self-care. We cannot just sit there and allow ourselves to be drained by this. We have to have self-care. Another thing I've learned was that it's always a placement for somebody. I know I said I intern at the Child Protective Service field, but I also do help out with the foster care system, and it's always a placement for a child. If a child is going through something and they have to be immediately removed from their home, Child Protective Services or foster care both work together to figure out a plan for this child. And in the midst of that, I've learned that it's always a foster care parent out there. It's not just a little bit. It's always somebody that has room for a child in their home because they care like we do. So I really did not understand how foster care worked until I actually interned here. And in the midst of me interning here, I learned a lot about foster care, adult health services, Medicaid, child support, all of that stuff. I also learned that in DSS that most kids are foster kids, that the cases we have, they are foster kids. So for my agency project, I wanted to take pictures of me giving my floaties to the kids, but I couldn't do that because I've learned that they were foster care kids. But for my agency project, I had literally bought floaties for the kids because in Bladen County, there's a few lakes surrounding Bladen County in Elizabethtown, North Carolina, and there has been a couple of drownings due to lack of supervision from the parents because they're not keeping their eye on the child. They're not wearing the proper swimwear. So for my agency project, I've bought 7 floaties for 7 lucky kids out there that we have on our caseload and that may come up to the office while they're waiting to be transported to another home or transported to a visit. I bought the floaties that have that you put on your arms, and I bought little noodles. But with the little noodles, you do have to still be supervised. But that's any floaty, you still do have to be supervised because it's not 100% going to literally keep your parents' eyes off of you while you're in the water. Some of the appropriate actions I took was when I was in court, I did make sure I excused myself, make sure I kept my face straight, make sure I wasn't smiling, grinning, making sure I wasn't on my phone. I was completely serious during court. Some of the specific competencies that I have used was applying understanding social and economic and environmental justice to advocate for human rights at the individual and system levels. I've done that by Always knowing you can't make somebody complete their therapy. You cannot make nobody complete their parenting group. You cannot make a child go to therapy if they need to be. You cannot force nobody to do anything. All we can do is encourage them to do better and to become better so they can get off our case plan and they can still go back to the way they were living. Some of the agency project or agency organization, that project will also help the agency from seeing less deaths of kids drowning, and they will also see how much more of a priority kids and their safety while swimming will make more sense with this project. So I completed a whole PowerPoint about why I wanted to do it, who it involves, and the outcome of it. So I will be taking my floaties to DSS and leaving them in the office. I will be giving them to the one of the caseworkers to put in her office because I can give them to the kids, but I can't physically take pictures of them. So I will apply pictures of my project. And that's about it about my agency. But something for my future plan that I want to do is, while being at DSS as an intern, I realized DSS is not something I want to do. It's not. I really feel like I can do it, but it's just not something for me to do. I prefer to go to be a forensic interviewer, which is a person that interviews a child that's been neglected, assaulted, or abused. And that's what I want to do. And one day I plan to have my own future advocacy home where the social workers contact me for me to interview their clients, or for the parent to contact me to interview their kids. I want to do that. So in order for me to do that, I have to get my master's, which is I go to grad school in August, and I have to get my LCSW in social work. In the midst of me doing all of that, I plan to become the best forensic interviewer that there is to come because of all the stuff I've been researching and all of the stuff I've been witnessing. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you learned a lot out of it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching this video for me.